Hi, it's Tom Campbell, your Cultaholic heavyweight champion. What a lovely comfy seat this is.
Welcome, truly.
Adam Pacitti, look, we're friends again. All friends in the end.
Come here. There is an elephant in the room though, Tom. You may now be a Cultaholic full-time employee. Welcome to Tom in the comments. But something happened on yesterday's reaction video that I really do want to address. Sam, can you roll the footage, please?
I'm gonna take it at SummerSlam, I am, you dick!
Isn't that lovely? But Tom,
Yes.
where's my kiss? Oh, goodness me, you went all for it. Oh,
Here's this
spicy.
morning's headlines.
Oh.
We have an update on a SmackDown superstar who is on the shelf till 2020. New names for 3 new NXT superstars. And do you want to know how Rob Van Dam snuck drug references into WWE TV? Find out in a bit. So we send our best to Mickie James, who has successfully had ACL surgery. She tore her ACL at a house show in Waco a short while ago, and she's now officially on the road to recovery, sir.
I'm sad to see Mickie out of action for a bit because I don't think she's got that much long left in her. Like, female superstars traditionally have a little bit less time in the ring than men, and she's really, really good. She was drafted over to SmackDown. I'm not even sure she ever had a match. I think she was injured before she got on SmackDown TV proper. And I really like Mickie James. I want to see one more run. I want to see a women's title.
It's not a question of when she'll be back full time, but it certainly feels like a question of if. She went on Twitter just before she went for her operation, and she said, "Thank you for all your love, prayers, and well wishes. I am grateful. I'll be fine. If I come back, I'm coming back bionic." Now, 2 things there. The if, which suggests he might, and the bionic, Mickie James is the Terminator. That's a great gimmick. Let's do a thing.
Sort of regretting giving you a job already, actually, Tom. I think she's working the marks there. The if, she's coming back. She's on a big money deal with the WWE, I believe.
Do you reckon?
She's going to want to come back, and she should win the title again. Look at the state of the women's division right now. We've got a bit to talk about later.
Mate, there's a women's revolution going on.
Yeah, there sure is. That young up-and-coming Natalia. I don't mind Natalia. I'm not having a go at Natalia, but Natalia headlining a match at SummerSlam? No, thank you. Sorry, I'm having a go. Mickie James, get well soon.
If you're watching Natalia, Adam is really sleepy today and he's admittedly quite grumpy. He doesn't mean it and he loves you loads.
Well, no, that's not true. She follows me on Twitter as well. I do really like Natalia. I'm just not convinced on the summer. It's going to be Sasha. Sasha's going to come back before that happens. Mark my words. Or she's going to get Natalia's going to get taken out backstage at SummerSlam. Sasha's coming out. There's my prediction.
Shall we deep dive into SummerSlam immediately?
Let's do it.
So on the subject of SummerSlam, a new match has been added. So we have Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar, the rematch of the century happening. Becky Lynch is taking on your friend Natalia. And last night on SmackDown, after winning a tag team match, Bayley said, "I want to fight somebody else and give somebody an opportunity. Maybe someone like you, Ember Moon." And to which Ember Moon went, "Hell yeah!" So we're getting Bayley versus Ember Moon at SummerSlam. I'm laughing, but I don't mind the match. It's just the setup was particularly peculiar.
It was a bit, wasn't it? No, I'm really happy about the match, for sure. Ember Moon is great. She's so good. Best finisher in the WWE. I genuinely mean that. It's so bloody good.
Don't see Steve Austin doing that kind of stunner, do you?
Hell yeah.
Hell no.
So I'm really happy to see her there. I just think it needs some serious story building in the next 4 weeks. You can't just have a tag match and then make the match and there'll be no reason. I know they're both good guys and everything, but make us care. That's really necessary.
There's quite a lot of parallels between Bayley and Ember Moon. Like, both had incredible runs in NXT. Both got called up and just sort of fumbled around with. And now there's a real movement to rebuild Bayley, and maybe this could be the start of a rebuilding of Ember Moon, because as you said, great finisher and a brilliant character who deserves a lot more.
Yeah, totally, and I really do think those two could put on a great match at SummerSlam. I'm not going to say match of the night or anything like that, but both are very, very capable wrestlers. Capable. Listen to me. Capable wrestlers.
From 2 capable broadcasters,
Yeah.
We wish you luck, Bayley and Ember Moon. Why isn't there online some kind of NXT name generator, Adam Pacitti?
It's easy. You take the street that you grew up on, followed by your banking password. Tom, if you want to let us know yours right now.
Oh, sure. It is Westbrook 8th. You cheeky devil. More NXT names have been revealed for new additions to the Performance Center, and they love messing about with people's names. So let's have a little look at who's getting what. Now, Dan Mather has joined the ranks of the WWE, but now will go under the name Dorian Mack. Still DM, so he hasn't got to change all his stationery, which is quite handy.
Yeah, it's just an average name to another average name. It feels very, very pointless. It makes me think that Vince is like looking over these. I think it was Jack brought it up in a previous video. It's like Vince is getting early and he says, "No, I don't like Dan Mather, so change it now before he comes out to the main," because they don't want another War Raiders Viking experience nonsense situation again. Dorian Mack, there you go.
If he goes under the name DM, there's some fun to be had with that.
As in
getting people to
the baseball slide. Yeah,
slide
I like
into
it.
his DM.
I like it.
Robert Strauss, who we knew as Robbie E from Impact Wrestling, is now Robert Stone.
That's the most boring name I've ever heard. That is literally the most boring name I've ever heard. Sorry if there are any Robert Stones watching right now.
Robert Stone, you are boring.
Of which I imagine there's like 50 because that's so average. So Robert Stone, you can't imagine that name on a sign.
Robert Stone. Robert Stone.
Bad.
Some good news from the NXT naming camp. Rachel Evers is now back under Rachel Ellering, which is her actual name because she is the daughter of Paul Ellering from off of the Authors of Pain.
From off of the Authors of Pain.
Not going to Legion of Doom.
Yeah, forget LOD.
Authors of
everything else that he did in his brilliant career.
LODNOAOPYES.
Yeah, I'm really, really happy about that as well. Now just bring back Paul, to be honest.
Yeah.
Class. And AOP are coming back soon. They dropped him. People were saying it was because, he's a bit older, he doesn't want to travel, and then he went to Twitter and went, "No, that's bollocks. I really want to travel, I want to be a part of it still." He was so good with the AOP. So good. Bring him back. But yeah, Rachel Ellering, like that.
Thank you, Rachel. Nice to see you back. Huss! Huss! Huss!
Jesus Christ.
Huss!
Yep, hello.
Huss! Not my words. The words of John Nord, a.k.a. 90s wrestler, the Berserker. All jokes aside, he's been in a bit of bother.
I've done my funny, now let's get to the DUI.
Yes, let's
Brilliant
do so.
song.
According to a report from the Minnesota Star Tribune, John Nord, aka the Berserker, has been sentenced to 5 years probation in relation to 7 DUI arrests. Nord actually had his license revoked a few months back, but then continued to drive. So now they've gone to town on him, unfortunately. Nord's lawyer has said that his client has been diagnosed with ALS and is in treatment. He also said that Nord will be in assisted living facilities for the rest of his life. Court date is set for 3 months from now. There's no excuse for driving under the influence. Like, it's an awful thing to do. Absolutely not. But it does sound like one of another case of a 90s WWF superstar, just in a bad way.
Yeah.
Just in a bad way.
The more reports surfaced on Jeff Hardy as well, which is worth mentioning. And apparently before his arrest, he was found unconscious in a hallway or a stairwell or something like that. So yeah, it's been a bad week for 90s WWE superstars, hasn't it?
Sending best to Jeff, and we're sending best.
Yeah, absolutely. I like Berserker. He was my favourite Hasbro wrestling figure because he came with a cloth shirt, and I don't think anyone else had that. Couldn't wrestle. I liked his shield as well and his hat.
But he had a cloth shirt. Yeah. Leave the memories alone, Berserker. Finally, Rob Van Dam did an AMA recently, and there's been some really fun takeaways from this. So Van Dam's promoting a documentary he did called Headstrong. So Van Dam agreed to go on a comedy tour across America and Canada. And a couple of days before, he was diagnosed with a concussion. So now the documentary, very much in the vein of Sunderland Till I Die on Netflix, was planning to follow one thing and ended up following something completely different.
Gotcha, right.
It's a fascinating watch, and it really continues a very worthy conversation about head trauma in wrestling and in sports and stuff.
Where can we watch this?
It's going to be available online. If you go to Rob Van Dam's Twitter, there's links and stuff on there, so you can check it out there. So Rob Van Dam, to promote it, did an AMA on Reddit, and there's been some really funny questions asked. A lot of questions about ECW, a lot of questions about weed consumption, strangely. In fact, the most used words in this whole AMA are Lynn, referring to Jerry Lynn, his favourite wrestler, and weed, in relation to weed.
His favourite narcotic, yeah, okay.
His favourite Jerry Lynn. But three of my favourite questions from this AMA. When asked if When asked how he felt to be fooled by Sting wearing a Sting mask in TNA/Impact Wrestling, what a moment that was.
Gifts ever. Go on.
Rob Van Dam just wrote, swell.
I think that's how we all felt there.
When asked if he had any regrets in his career, he had just the one. I wish I would have sprayed Ozium when I got pulled over that time. Which I think is like Lynx Africa, isn't it? Yep. And this is my favourite. One user asked, when you teamed with Rey Mysterio in the WWE, how did you get away with calling your combined finisher the 420? Did Vince get the reference? RVD's answer is wonderful and as follows. He asked if it was a drug reference before allowing commentators to put it over. I told him, via Triple H, it was our combined shoe size, Ray being 8 and me being 12, and we hit them with all 4 legs.
That's
420.
That's literally genius, isn't it?
It's a strong case for legalising weed, I would say.
I saw this on Squared Circle yesterday. Normally it's like, it would be, hi, I'm Rob Van Dam, former WWE ECW Superstar, and I'm here to promote my documentary, blah, blah, blah. The title of the thing was just RVD. He couldn't be asked. He just wrote RVD. That's your lot. Press send, go. Brilliant.
What a boy. Thanks, Rob.
Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. You can follow us on Twitter at Cultaholic. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do here at Cultaholic, you can pledge to us on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.